Hello, guys. Have you ever found yourself in the presence of someone who, on the surface, seems perfectly friendly, but deep down, something just doesn't sit right? Perhaps there's an unease that tugs at you, an instinctive feeling that something is off, even though their words and actions appear harmless. It's like they're wearing a mask, one that hides something far darker beneath it. If you've ever experienced this sense of discomfort, you're not alone. This feeling often comes from what Carl Jung, one of the greatest scholars of the human mind, called the shadow. If the like video and subscribe my channel, the shadow, according to Jung, is that hidden part of ourselves that we often deny or refuse to acknowledge. It's the side of us that we don't want to face, but one that, whether we like it or not, often reveals itself in how we treat others. It's a deeply ingrained part of our psyche that, in some cases, projects onto those around us, making us react to them in ways we don't fully understand. And sometimes, this projection takes the form of repressed emotions, like hate, jealousy, or resentment, that try as we might to suppress them, can never be completely concealed. It may be subtle, but those emotions often seep out, and they can be difficult to ignore. You may have noticed, for instance, how some people make biting remarks or sarcastic jokes that leave you feeling small. Yet when you bring it up, they respond with a harmless, "I was just kidding. Don't take it so seriously." But you can't shake that uneasy feeling. That subtle irony isn't always as innocent as it seems. It's often a cover for contempt, a way for the person to express their hostility without directly confronting it. They might make fun of things you care about, mocking the very aspects of your personality or life that are most sensitive to you. It's a defense mechanism for them, a way to project their own insecurities or frustrations onto you, all while maintaining the illusion of being harmless or even playful. But it's not playful at all. It's a subtle way of showing they're not truly happy with you or your success. And it doesn't stop there. Some people, especially those who feel threatened by your success, might resort to more underhanded tactics. These are the ones who, without you even realizing it, find ways to sabotage your progress. It's not an overt attack, but rather small, almost imperceptible actions that hinder you. Perhaps they accidentally forget to pass on important information, or they might offer advice that, while seemingly helpful, leads you down a path that complicates your situation. At first, you might brush these incidents off as mistakes or coincidences, but over time, you begin to notice a pattern. Every time you're on the brink of success, something seems to go wrong. This kind of sabotage isn't always malicious on the surface, but the underlying message is clear. Your growth makes them feel small, and they will do whatever it takes to keep you from surpassing them. Even when they don't actively work to undermine you, some people can't help but see everything as a competition. It's as if they can't stand seeing you succeed without feeling the need to outdo you. When you share a victory, they're quick to shift the conversation to their own achievements, making it about them instead of celebrating you. These are the people who can never just be happy for you. They feel the need to turn every situation into a comparison, constantly needing to prove that they're better, smarter, or more successful than you. This silent competition reveals an inner insecurity, one that they're not even aware of, but it drives their every interaction with you. Instead of supporting you, they need to feel superior, and your success threatens that sense of control they crave. Then there are those who, in a more passive way, offer what appears to be support, but is actually quite superficial. They'll tell you they're there for you, but when it really matters, at the key moments of your life, they're nowhere to be found. When you succeed, their response is lukewarm at best. The excitement they express is forced, and you can feel it in their tone, in their body language. There's no real joy in their words, no genuine celebration of your achievement. It's a hollow support, given out of obligation rather than affection. The truth is, they don't feel the warmth or pride that someone who truly cares would. Their indifference speaks volumes, revealing their true feelings about you, even if they're too afraid to admit it out loud. A more insidious form of hidden hostility comes disguised as care. Some people will attempt to control your decisions, disguised as concern. They criticize your choices, question your judgment, and constantly try to steer you in the direction they think is best. At first, it might seem like they're just looking out for you, offering advice out of love. But over time, you start to notice that instead of empowering you to make decisions, they make you feel small, insecure, and uncertain. Their words chip away at your confidence, and before you know it, you're second guessing every choice you make. This is control dressed up as concern, a way for them to feel more powerful in their own lives by diminishing yours. Then, of course, there are the people who spread rumors and gossip about you behind your back. They don't have the courage to confront you directly, so instead, they talk about you to others. The words they use may be laced with exaggerations, half-truths, or outright lies, but the goal is the same: to damage your reputation, to make others question you, and to isolate you from your friends or colleagues. This passive-aggressive form of hostility can be devastating because it works in the shadows. You might not even know it's happening until you start noticing subtle changes in the behavior of the people around you. A shift in how they treat you, a coldness where there was once warmth. All of it can be traced back to someone who's quietly undermining you, trying to turn others against you so they can feel better about themselves. And perhaps the most subtle of all is the nonverbal hostility. People who harbor negative feelings toward you may try to hide it with words, but their body language betrays them. There's the tightness in their posture, the forced smile that never quite reaches their eyes, or the way they avoid eye contact when they speak to you. These small, unconscious signs are the body's way of revealing emotions that the mind tries to suppress. You might not always be able to pinpoint it, but your intuition will pick up on these micro signals: the discomfort, the coldness, the tension in the air that you can't quite explain but feel deeply. Your conscious mind may try to rationalize it away, but your body knows the truth. It's important to pay attention to these signs. Words are often deceiving, but body language and subtle actions can reveal more than we realize. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. People may hide their true feelings behind a smile, but their actions, their words, and their body language will eventually give them away. Thanks for watching. If the like video and subscribe channel.